when Yosef revealed his identity to the brothers, and he told them, go back to the father Yaakov Avinu, and he said in his name, Oid Yosef Chai, v'chi umoishul be'eretz Mitzrayim, vayofok etz liboy ki lo yehemen lahem. Vayidabru elav etz kol divrei Yosef, vayares hagolos, why, when the brothers came and said, Oh, Yosef Chai, he didn't believe? One of the things that a person is not mikabel tanchumim ala mes, receives tanchumim ala mes. But Yaakov Avinu lo kibel, he didn't receive any condolences that Yosef died. And he knew deep down that he's still living. And Sogas Bas Osher was playing with the violin, Oid Yosef Chai. So he had always the suspicion that in the 22 years he didn't see his father, that he's still living. And here comes the brothers, the 10 brothers, and they come here and they tell him, Oid Yosef Chai, you should right away believe him. And it's written by Yofik as Liber Kalo Yehem. When he saw the agolas that Yosef sent him, Loses Oisei Mitzrayim, is Vatchi Ruach Yaakov Avinu. Why? Because the last parsha that we learned together, and that's the clue and the sign that he's still living, and only Yaakov Avinu and Yosef knew of this clue and the sign, that the last parsha, the issue that we learning together was Egla Aruva. And with that he believed Vatchi Ruach Yaakov Avinu. So I wanted to say that when they revealed that Yosef is still living in Mitzrayim, and they said to the father, Torav Yosef, Chaya Roa Chaluso, that our animal ate him up. And now they're coming back to the father, and he's telling him that Yosef is still living. So who is responsible that you took me 22 years, I didn't see my son? You, my children, I don't want to have any business with you. Get out of my house. Get out of my children, I don't want to know you. And Yosef understood that the sons cannot face the father in order to tell him, Oy Yosef Chai. So Yosef said, and after 22 years, he came to the decision that who was responsible in the Mechiras Yosef? Yosef. I brought Vayove di Bosoro El Aviyim, Ma'alum Malumim, the dreams about the 2 dreams that he had, and every time he was goyim and he was instrumental in creating more jealousy and more hatred to him. So who was the, and his father gave him the Kseidas Pasim, and all these things that happened, and he was a Ben Skudim, and all these things created jealousy in the 10 brothers, and that was the reason they wanted to kill him, and they sold him in Mitzrayim. So Yosef says to the father, Lav ach paganev elachoi ganev. Don't blame the mouse, only the hole. I am responsible for everything that occurred in the 22 years. Let him in, receive your children as sons. and Yankov Avinu did not want to receive him. Till he told him the clue and the sign that the last parsha that we learned together before I was kidnapped was the parsha for Eglah Rufo. And what do you see by Eglah Rufo? If you find a person next to a city murdered, so the Zikni or ear go out and they say, Yodeinu lo yishopchu es hadem hazeh. So the Gemara said, that it comes on your brain that you have an insinuation that the elders of the city killed him. We were not responsible for not giving food, or we didn't see him off. We didn't see him, and he was killed. So if they take off the responsibility that these elders of this city, that the person was murdered, take off the responsibility that they're not responsible, then who is responsible? The one who was murdered. The whole responsibility is, they put it on the person that is murdered, that he went out in the nighttime, which he had no right. A person doesn't go out in the nighttime, and being that he went out and he was murdered, so all the responsibility of everything that went wrong is only on the person that was murdered. And that's what Yosef came to tell her father. I was kidnapped, and the same thing the guy was murdered. Take off the responsibility of your sons. All the responsibility. I was responsible for instigating this kind of behavior of 22 years they sold me in Mitzrayim. So receive your children, believe in them, and Vatchi Ruach Yankov Avinu, that he started to believe and to receive his children, that even though they committed lies in the Chaya Roya Chesunu, is Vatchi Ruach Yankov Avinu.